Who remembers the BBC news reporter reporting that the World Trade Center 7 had collapsed when it was stood right behind her? And who used it as evidence to prove that we in the truth community could prove that it was all a staged and planned event? I did. When I was down the whole 9/11 rabbit hole. God, I'd spent so many hours researching 9/11. Are the planes real? Are they not? Listening to interviews, etc., etc., posting it all on social media, as I did when Ebola came around, and watching the mistakes that were filmed when Ebola came around, as in a journalist handing some African fellas some money, the leaked videos of the guy in the airport when everybody's in their hazmat suits and he's in a clipboard. There's an official guy comes along with his clipboard and he's got no PPE on, and the kids all falling around sick and they're so unwell, and then when they think the camera's off them, they're all sat there behaving like normal kids. And we all get on board and we all share this stuff to prove the lies that they're telling us. And we in the truth community have been taken in just as much as those who watch the mainstream media. And I've just listened to a podcast by Quantum Consciousness, and he's talking about this. Now, back when I was doing all the research with 9/11, I actually said to my then boyfriend, if all this is secret, why are we able to get on the internet and research it all? It didn't make sense to me, but I didn't question it further than that particular comment, as many flippant comments that I made back in the day, and didn't really question any further. But this guy, this Matt from Quantum Consciousness, he's talking about just that, how the truth community are led down these rabbit holes, and how we are mind controlled just as much as those watching the mainstream. And I kind of came to this conclusion a few months ago, not long after reading the book Secret Societies and Psychological Warfare, and one of his paragraphs stated that they control every narrative, both sides of the narrative, and nothing is ever leaked. And that line, nothing is ever leaked, really stood out to me. So when you see these leaked documents from the pharmaceutical companies, nothing's ever leaked. Whatever they put out there, they want us to know about it, because it's all about mind control. Wetiko, the mind virus, and they want everybody under the same umbrella. And what we in the truth community do, because we're so desperate to go off and prove that we are right, we get embroiled with it. And I think I've covered this in other videos. We need to be having a lot more discernment about what we believe to be real and what isn't. And Logan talks about it from Decode Your Reality, Jordan from What's Above Crypto, Jason from Archaics, and now this guy from Quantum Consciousness. It's a scripted reality because it's all just too perfect for it to be coming from, for example, secret societies. So let's take the BBC news reporter reporting that the World Trade Center 7 had collapsed and it was still up behind her. Do we think that was a mistake? I did at the time. And it got me on the keyboard, on the computer, sharing, look, they're lying to us. It wasn't a mistake, guys. Everything is put out there for a purpose. And we just need to really question this whole reality and what's real and what isn't. And it's getting to a point where I'm actually questioning if any of it's even real, apart from what I'm perceiving in my energy field right now. Because unless I witness it, how do I know it's actually real? It's like that age-old question when you're a kid and you close your eyes and you say to yourself, is everything still here when I close my eyes? pop in the comments if you ask yourself that question when you're a kid, or indeed if indeed you ask yourself the question now. But it's all by design, and we have been programmed to behave the way that we behave, and they know how we're going to behave. Like for example, there's a lot of fear. Again, we're in September, coming up to October. I don't know if any of you remember last September, October, and the year previous to that, 2020, September, October. Everything's going to crash. The housing market's going to crash. The banks are going to steal from us, etc., etc. And we're going through that again now. I recognise we've moved on from 2020 to 2021. I recognise that there are things playing out. I recognise all of this. I recognise that people are struggling to pay their energy bills. There is an attack on humanity, whether we want to believe it or not. But I guess the point that I'm making is that the information that they put out to us, is it real, and why do they want us to know that information? We didn't know that the World Trade Center 7 was, sorry, we didn't know that 9/11 was going to happen. It just happened. So we've got all these people predicting what's going to happen, allowing people to make preparedness. And if this is all about ruining humanity, why are they putting out information so people can then prepare? There's just a whole load of questions that are arising on my journey, and I don't know. It's like the chemtrails. We don't know what the chemtrails are. We don't know what their purpose is. Is it to poison us? Well, I'm still alive. You're still alive who's watching this. Fluoride in the water. I don't seem affected by the fluoride in the water. I've not been dumbed down by the fluoride in the water. Yeah, I drink the same water. Okay, that's a little bit of a lie, because I do filter my water. But and up until 2 years ago, I wasn't filtering my water. I was drinking tap water. Yeah, I still had the awareness to recognise that things aren't right in the world. So is a fluoride really dumbing us down? Or is it all a psyop? Is everything a psyop just to keep everybody in fear? Just to keep everybody consumed into their narrative, controlling the human perception? Because ultimately, that's what it's all about. I'm going to pop the podcast that I've just watched, The Cats Are Going Mad, that I've just watched in the comments below. Give it a listen to. Step back. Just on another note, I got embroiled with the UK events, the big events, the 10-day morning event, and I got told I wasn't wired right because I'm not following the narrative, and because I highlighted that I didn't really care. Which I don't. I didn't know the woman. She didn't do anything for me. She was 96. She had a good innings. She had a damn good life. She had a golden throne while people are on the streets. So, anyway, have a listen to the video from Quantum Consciousness, and question everything, guys. My mouse isn't working. Question everything, even the mouse not working. Is that a conspiracy? See you later. Bye.